Did he make too much noise? Oh, hell nah. Nope. Oh no. I'm going to be testing the Silent Hill 2 remake on my 4070 Super. I will look at all the resolutions, so we'll look at 4K, 1440p and 1080p, but I'm at 4K at first. That is 4K native as well, so we don't have DLSS or anything on. Ray tracing I've got on here, and then the rest of the graphics I've got set to the max, which you can see here. I'm not expecting anyone will probably be playing it like this at 4K native, purely out of just curiosity to see how it does. It's obviously not looking too good, 20 FPS. Not too good at all. Look at this frame time as well, 0.1% low of 8. Not great. Does look good though at 4K. So still going to get a little bit of a range. You go indoors, you might see as high as 30. But it's just that frame time looks really not too good. And I expect if I go outside here, it was actually even a little bit worse for me when I went out here. Might see it go even under 20. Pretty much just bang on 20 again. I've switched ray tracing off here, so you can see that there. See how much that improves things. Because it is Unreal Engine 5, don't think we're really going to see too much improvement. By switching ray tracing off, we obviously still have Lumen. Seeing it increase maybe a little bit, but I'd say we're probably not seeing more than maybe 5 FPS here. Improvement. We might not get such bad dips to sort of 20s. A little bit closer to 30. Still not particularly amazing though. Now, I've got ray tracing back on, but I have switched DLSS to quality, so you can see that here. Curious to see if that does make it playable. Probably not. Seeing definitely an improvement to FPS. I'll go back outside here. Definitely where my FPS drops the most. Probably gained maybe 10 to 15 FPS. By the looks of it, maybe as much as 20, because we had about 20 FPS here. We're seeing almost 40, so definitely a little bit of an improvement there, but still not going to be particularly playable like this. You are going to want to switch ray tracing off at 4K, and even then, it's probably likely going to still be fairly low. I mean, I can check that out here. So if I switch ray tracing off as well, still going to be below 60, I would guess, but it's going to be a lot nicer. There you go. Maybe we'd just break 50. It's definitely going to be... The frame time looks nicer. Even indoors here, so breaking 60 indoors. So you're going to be looking at more towards this. You're still going to get some dips under 60, so you're maybe going to want to switch it to balanced. That should then give you a bit more of a stable 60 with less drops underneath. I've switched to 1440p now to have a look at that. It is native at first, so we don't have any DLSS or anything on. Ray tracing's on, and graphics is still maxed out. Now, I'm hoping we have slightly better frames, which looks like we're getting a little bit better. Had about 20 before, so it's about doubled our FPS. Which is obviously, it's still not amazing, but it's definitely better. It's, you know, it's better than nothing. Still going to probably not want to play like this. Stuttering looks particularly bad again. Play through like this for a little bit. I do have to... I managed to solve the puzzle, so I have to go to one of these rooms. So it's 201, I think. But on the rest of the GPU, doesn't look too bad. We're sitting under 200 watts now. Game does use quite a lot of VRAM for Unreal Engine 5, from what I've seen. I'd normally expect it to be a little bit lower. It's still not crazy, but obviously we're on 12 gig here. We're over 10, so it's... Even for 1440p, that's fairly high. A lot of other games, Unreal Engine games, Unreal Engine 5 games, I haven't really seen it. It's normally around maybe 7 or 8. Graphics, I think, do look good on this game, though. Now, I'm going to switch ray tracing off here, just to see if we get close to 60 with it. And it looks like we're just underneath. Still going to get some dips down into the 40s, I think, there. Especially when I move around quick. That does seem to drop my FPS quite a lot. What's this? Handkerchief. So we are breaking 60, but I think it's still going to struggle. Especially with that stuttering. I would be keen to try and see if we can see performance on the outside bit with all the fog again, because that just wrecks my FPS. Now, where have we got to go here then? But I think the lows look a little bit better here at 1440p like this 19, so it's better than what we had before. I think the frame time is still stuttering loads, but it does definitely look a little bit better. Like I was saying earlier though, there's no way I don't think to completely fix it. It is unfortunately just going to stutter a bit throughout. Alright, we've got a new map. I hear something. Oh dear. Oh. I thought he'd already got all his vomit out. What the hell? Oh god, I've just taken some... We got some new enemies here. They explode when you kill them, do they? Oh, we got to watch out for that. I'm going to switch ray tracing back on, but I'm going to switch the DLSS on now. So switch that on there, see what we get with that. We do have FSR3 in this, but there's no frame generation as of yet. I think you can modify some of the game files, but I'm thinking maybe they had one or two issues with it. So they've removed it, and we'll hopefully get it added back later, because that will really increase your FPS. But just unfortunate at the moment, don't have the setting in the game, so I can't change it. But with DLSS quality here, it has given us an average of 70 there, but I did just see it dip down to 55 again. So I think for most people probably would be around the 1440p area, so probably playing it like this. I think 60 FPS for me in this game I think is okay. If I can keep the graphics as maxed out as possible, I don't mind. Oh, I need to dodge that way. Oh my... Oh, this is going to go bad. Two of them. Get out. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. We're going to need that. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to fully heal. I thought there's two of them, but... Where did the other one go? That was fighting originally. This is when they sort of jump scare you. They... Yeah, get rid of that one. Oh, it explodes! Oh... I got to remember they explode. Because that's just gonna keep getting me when they explode like that. And if I switch ray tracing off here as well, there's actually quite a big difference here with ray tracing switched off. Seeing it at some bits actually break 100, sitting about 80 here. But a little bit ago, there you go again. So getting over 100 in some bits, so quite a big difference there. Obviously still got DLSS on, but if you're looking to push closer to 100, this is probably going to be the settings you want to run. Seeing it there though, drop down to almost 60 again. When it's when I'm sort of moving really quick, it still stutters quite a lot. I've dropped all the way down to 1080p now. I'm at 1080p native, so DLSS is off. I've got ray tracing on, and graphics wise, I've still got everything maxed out. I really thought we would get at least 60 here, but this is still not even playable at 1080p, which is crazy. I know we do have ray tracing and we're just under that Seeing some bits you're going to see here, 70 to 80, you might maybe get above, but I think in the demanding areas, look like we're still at about 55. So maybe indoors it's going to be more like 70 to 80, and I think if we step outside here, brings it all the way back down to like 50, 55 again, which, especially in the dense fog areas when you're in the town walking around and stuff like that, you're still going to see it at like 55. Oh, is that someone in the window? That is. That's terrifying. Not seeing VRAM change much, even dropping down to 1080p. Still at about 8.5 gig. And I'm going to switch ray tracing off now at 1080p, so we'll see what performance we get with that. Hoping it maybe pushes us above 60, which it looks like it is, giving us about an extra 10 to 15 FPS there. I think you're likely to probably still get dips under 60 in the occasional area. But it definitely looks a little bit healthier. Kind of crazy though, we're running at 1080p with ray tracing off. Native. Fairly heavily relying on upscaling. I'd hope more for at least 60 with ray tracing on, really. Not seeing any issues in terms of GPU usage. It's staying around that 98%. Interestingly though, power and VRAM between at least 1440p and 1080p haven't really changed too much. Definitely dipped down from VRAM at 4K because that was over 10 gig. I've switched ray tracing back on now, but I've got DLSS set to quality. Should have a lot nicer FPS here. Seeing it break 100. No, I hear something. Run. I've mastered that now. I know they're gonna explode. So mostly around about the 100 mark. Has actually brought our power down by quite a bit, that. Almost as much as 50 watts there. 40 to 50 watts. It's quite a big, quite a large amount. If I switch ray tracing off here with DLSS still on, how much better does that make things for us? 90 FPS. But just even still, like you're seeing here, still dips down to 85. Like, it increases the top end of the FPS you can get, but you still have a big range. It's just where it stutters. And even in the really demanding areas, it just brings your FPS down by so much. Okay, so I think that's just looped around, isn't it? No, that looks like something. If you've enjoyed this video, click one of the videos on the screen now to see me testing more GPUs, and I'll catch you next time.